Ahora el 17 de noviembre hay un famoso...
It's like $7.99.
What do you have for that?
Name for your team. Did you guys come up with a name?
Well, it's not too late.
To have fun. So thank you.
Yo conocí a la fundación por Facebook.
Vean acá primero. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Otra para las que cerraron los ojos. 2, 3. Ya. Otra para las que cerraron los ojos. Igual, regálenme una sonrisa ahí.
Solo de la otra.
As you're done with the pictures, we're going to have a few words from the congressman. Personally, the families of the community, but to everyone. And you are a blessing for making this happen, for making this a reality for everyone. And he is...
No, Fred, we're just going
Que tiene la línea recta. Luego hacemos esta.
Power's out. And eventually...
Okay.
¿Cómo iba a planchar? No, fíjate cuánto.
Really looks like this.
I told him.
10 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get in there with it.
Takes time to learn.
Edwin says that he is very touched by your visits, by the way each and every one of you are. He says he's been able to learn just even a little bit from all of you. And he appreciates that, and he prays to God that he will bless you in your life. Alexis wants to thank you, and he also prays to God that he looks after each and every one of you, and thank you for sharing your time and bringing the tools to them. So Naum says that he's very impressed with each and every one of you. He says you are all likable. You all have very distinctive characteristics and personas, but he admires you, and he's going to do his best to learn from each and every one of you. Voy traduciendo en mi mente ahorita, pero se me escapó. Repítame su nombre otra vez, por favor. Marvin. Okay, so Marvin, he doesn't have a name. Marvin says that he's really impressed with all of you too. He says that first and foremost, he thanks God. Everything happens because of God. So we should all be thankful towards him. He also mentions that he's very impressed how you are in a community where you don't know anybody. You have left your families behind to be here, to share your experiences, your knowledge with them, and that just means a lot to him. He has a great deal of respect for all of you because you have shown how you all have this passion, this great heart, and this solidarity to help others. And that is something worth of admiring and respecting, and you have all earned his respect. May God bless all of you, Risa.
Soy Alexander Martínez Cortés, tengo 35 años de edad, tengo una familia, mi esposa, mis 3 hijos, varón de 14 años.
So, Alexander is a father and a husband. He's 35 years old. He has 3 children. And he says that he too agrees. Something that I forgot to mention about him, he says, it almost took a year from the moment they were signed up for this workshop to the moment they actually got to meet you. And so that's something very special. So he agreed with him that yes, this is a process. It's something that takes time. But then he also made a connection to what Modesto said. He said opportunities often come once in a lifetime, but when they come, you have to take it. And again, it all comes from God. So he says he understands what Modesto was saying as far as, wanting to want an opportunity, but if you have faith, if you believe in God, that opportunity will come. You just have to be smart enough to take it. He also said something very special and unique. He said, even though you come from far away and you may have a comfortable life back home, you are giving them, each and every one of them, perhaps the most precious thing someone can share, and that is your time. You cannot put a value to that. You can talk about materialistic things, tools, money, you name it. But the one thing you are sharing with them is your time. And that is something precious. That is the best thing anybody can share with you. And for that, you have also earned his respect. And he thanks you all. He thanks your families for allowing you to come such a far way and be here for an entire week. Vaya, hoy continúa. Now, right before I cut him off, he said that because of the precious thing, which is your time that you're giving him, you basically become trustworthy. And that is also something very special and unique. Now, he says that from day one, when we talked and when they learned that Gene wasn't coming, he says that there's a huge gap among us here. But he just wants to say to Gene Peterson that even though he is not physically present here on this day with us or on this trip, spiritually, he senses Gene's spirit. And he's here with us because he has been someone very important and somebody that has made this possible. So Jean, this is a message from Alexander directly to you. We are praying for your health, for your recovery, and we really hope to be able to meet you one day. Gracias.
Yo para nosotros, aprovechar el tiempo que ustedes lo han dedicado a nosotros, aprender mucho de ustedes.
So Edgar says that he comes from the village of Olomega, not too far from here, always part of the El Carmen district. And he says he wants to sincerely thank you because you have taught him a lot. He has learned a lot in just these 2 days, and he sincerely thanks you. He appreciates the opportunity. He also says that he thanks you for allowing his wife to participate in the sewing class, Vanessa. That is Edgar's wife. And the two of them thank you, wish you the best, and sincerely thank you for the opportunity you are giving to them. Also, I want to quickly mention something that I forgot to mention. Alexander said that, Mark, you are such a fantastic teacher that he thinks he's becoming bilingual. All the back and forth going around, he thanks you for that. And
His Spanish has gotten much better.
Dice que su español ya mejoró. Yo le dije, se me escapó esa parte, me acaba de venir. Pero dice que así como usted está aprendiendo inglés, que su español está fallando un poco. Gracias, Edgar. He was allowed to participate in the woodworking class. But the interesting thing is, even if he wasn't allowed to have participated in the carpentry class, he had a lot of interest in the sewing class. So one way or another, he says he was going to look for that one opportunity. Gracias.
Muy bien.
Dime. Ah, ya estuvo. Ya cerramos. Usted.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Oscar Reyes, del tiempo que yo tomo. Además, lo que me ha impresionado más que todo de la experiencia que estoy tomando acá es las ideas que tiene
¿Quién?
Beto.
Beto.
Que él para resolver algo me ha llamado bastante la atención cómo resuelve, pero sin tanto.
Gracias. What you have brought down. He's really liked them, and he's really learning from all of you. But something that has really stood out for Oscar is that he says, for every little detail, whenever they have a question, Beto is there, and you fix it in the blink of an eye. So you are very, worth admiration, and he thanks you for the way you are, not just for him, but to all the guys. Thank you. Bueno, está bien.
Mi nombre es Tony Reyes, tengo 31 años y soy de acá del Carmen también. Agradecerles a ellos por las herramientas y por la gran ayuda que nos traen a nosotros como comunidad y por la enseñanza que nos están dando para que nos sirva a un futuro más adelante nosotros.
So Tony Reyes, he's 31 years old, and he just wants to sincerely thank you for coming into the community and support the community members. He says, it's always a beautiful day when you have something new to learn. And there will always be something new to learn. And he's just really happy that you took the time off your busy schedules to come and share and teach and learn with them. So thank you for that.
Dennis!
Fernanda. Sonrica.
Okay.
Yeah.
The bit will grab it. It's flat.
Espérese, espérese.
19 que vinieron ustedes por primera vez aquí a la zona, una de las zonas en el país que más beneficio ha recibido de ellos.
Noah says that it's an honor and pleasure to say that he feels that he's one of the most privileged woodworkers in all of El Salvador, because he truly believes that Tools for Opportunity has allowed him to become a more complete woodworker. In addition to getting the tools and learning some basic techniques from various teachers that have visited, that have provided the training, he says that every single tool that he's received has helped him excel. Not to mention last week, he says he learned how to use, what's the word for that burning pencil?
Wood burning. It's yeah.
Pyro something, but there's a word.
Pyrography.
Yes,
Pyrography is
that he says it's something that will allow him now to be able to, you know, put his own signature and mark on every piece that he makes. Additionally, and this is something that he hasn't mentioned yet, but after 2019, when Tools for Opportunity first came, they basically became so interested, and they formed this bond with all the guys that participated. They created a group that it's still in the process to become a cooperative. And so with that in mind, additionally, he and the group of guys also received a laser engraver, which will definitely take the stories that he could share. Unfortunately, we don't have the time. But just a quick little story. And he was saying that there's a story for every single tool that he received from Tools for Opportunity. One that sticks out the most is an orbital or an electrical sander that he received. Prior to that one tool, Lillian was the one that would help with the sanding. And he says that ever since he got that sander machine, now Lillian does all the sanding for all the furniture pieces you see here. So he says that allowed me to save a little bit of money, because the money that I would have to pay somebody else to come in and sand all the furniture now goes to my wife, which benefits our family.
Comal a fuego de leña. Así es que por eso estoy aquí haciendo para que vean.
Lo que he escuchado, Gloria, que es la mejor pupusa que han probado en su vida.
Qué bien.
Y mira que ella tiene más de 7 años making business. Started with her mom back in 1980.
Empiezo a hacer pupusas de los 13.
The one that was here last week must have told this guy that you were here. And yeah, you must have been like, you gotta go meet to that area.
¿De qué clase de pupusa?
So I'm asking Cindy to tell us a little bit about herself. First of all, start off with her age. Does she have any children? What community she comes from? And what are her thoughts for this week with Tools for Opportunity? Bueno, niña Isaura, ¿qué nos quiere compartir?
Bueno, muy buenos días.
Vanessa, ¿qué nos cuenta? Un poquito acerca de usted, su familia. Empezamos.
Bien, buenos días para cada uno. Pues mi nombre es María Isabel Díaz.
Vaya, Estrella, ¿qué nos cuenta usted?
Mi nombre es Estrella Karina Imperiano. Vengo de Las Piezas.
Ajá. ¿Qué nos cuentan?
Muy buenos días, mi nombre es Argelia Lemus, soy soltera.
Vinieron tarde, ¿verdad? So, for those that showed up late.
No es culpa mía, es eso.
No, más que todo, Fernanda.
Mi nombre es Araceli y tengo 36 años, tengo una niña de 15 años y soy madre soltera.
Las siguientes cosas: donar un proyecto.
esquivar sus ataques con rápidos movimientos y giros inesperados. La tensión.
Ahí estamos. Nice, everything.
We got more in common.
I've learned from the best.
No, those are the
That's the
shirts
shirts
we
we
bought.
buy.